Welcome to the Lee Etzler Show, a weekly wrap-up and analysis of Churubusco High School Football.
Eagles, what is your perspective? Out, out, out.
And now your host, Big Daddy Don Hyatt.
Hi, I'm Don Hyatt, and welcome to the Lee Etzler Show. This week we'll talk about Churubusco's 38-0 shutout of the Woodlan Warriors and the upcoming game against Madison Grant. We'll also be joined by senior lineman Chris Uecker and Zack Adams. We'll be right back after this.
I lost my job and I needed help with different things like prescriptions and energy assistance and stuff. So I contacted United Way. They was the first ones that I could think of. And I went to the agencies that they gave me a list of and got the assistance that I needed from them. Because I received the help from United Way, then I'm volunteering my help out to the community, giving the help that they need.
Hey football fans, do you want to keep track of Churubusco High School football games? Log on to busconews.com every game day and watch up-to-the-minute pregame, halftime, and postgame interviews with head coach Lee Etzler. Stay connected with your computer or on your cell phone. busconews.com. When you can't make it to the game, it's the next best thing to being there. The Lee Etzler Show is brought to you by the United Way of Whitley County, busconews.com, and the Churubusco News.
Welcome back. We're here with Coach Etzler. Coach, great win Friday night, 38-0, first round of sectionals.
Yeah, real pleased with the way the kids played. Thought we, from the first snap, got after them on both sides of the ball. You know, we've played some pretty good games, we felt, this year, but that might have been our best game. Really got after him. Played real well up front on the offensive side of the ball. Played well all over the place on the defensive side of the ball. So really pleased with the effort by our guys.
Second play of the game, Bogus steps in, picks a pass off right down the sideline. One of your 6 interceptions on the night. Yeah,
you know, important play because, you know, each team has a degree of expectation of success going into it, and that happening, you know, for us on the second play of the game, and you know, demoralizing to them and energizing to us, and went a long way toward establishing, you know, pretty good things on both sides of the ball.
Then you come back your next series, Zalman, who was, 3 for 3 on the night, he connected with Corey Sarazin for your second touchdown just under 3 minutes in the ballgame.
Yeah, felt what they were doing defensively. We had a couple things open in the passing game, and you know, it was good to see Alex hit him and actually hit Josh Lefevre for a touchdown pass the play before that was called back on a penalty. So right out of the gate, you know, you put that right next to, you know, the interception for a touchdown, then a 3-and-out, and then you know, a scoring pass. Things got rolling for us pretty quick.
Lee, along with your interceptions you had, there was a lot of other big plays out there, and you know, the way your defense plays at that fast pace, it just makes things happen for you.
Yeah, the thing that we were impressed with, the coaching staff was impressed with, it just seemed like you know, our guys were in position to make quite a few big plays. You know, they came out in the second series and, you know, threw a little rocket screen. Well, you know, Josh Lefevre on a big hit stuffed that for a loss of yardage, and then they came out in the, you know, their short yardage formation, and Jason Nicodemus hits the fullback real hard for a loss of yardage play, and, you know, tried to get the ball to their speedy receiver on a reverse, and I think Joe Zoomroom was in the backfield along with a host of others, and you know, whether it was that or a bubble screen that Tegan Broomball made a play for a loss of yardage, it just seemed like you know, our guys were all over the place, and you know, part of that probably is their comfort level. If your guys are comfortable, they're going to play faster. They're going to read things better, and really, done a good job all year, but really did a good job Friday night.
Coach, we'll be joined by senior lineman Zack Adams and Chris Uecker here in a little bit about their careers here at Busco.
Well, both of them, extremely important parts of our football program. They have, like a lot of our kids, they have worked very hard in making themselves successful football players and making our team successful. Zack, one of our guards, and anybody who comes watches us play, understands that we use our guards quite a bit in our offense and pulling, and probably more so than other offenses, our guards are very visible with what they do with blocking on the flank, and has done a real good job. Second year starting for us, and we're pleased with what he's done. We'll get on his case every now and then when he doesn't do his job, but done a good job, and is the reason for a lot of our success on the offensive side of the ball. And we can say the same thing about Chris. He has worked his way into being a very successful football player at the center position, and we've even asked him to do more this year with the shotgun snap, but makes a lot of our calls on the offensive side of the ball, and we never gets riled up over what goes on in the football game, and does a good job communicating with the offensive linemen next to him. And we've seen, especially the last couple of weeks, we've commented on how good our double team blocks have been. When a team comes out with a nose guard, and Friday night was an example. We see these two guys driving the nose guard back 10-15 yards on a double team, and extremely impressed. They work as hard as anybody we have, and it's guys like that have made us successful over the years.
When we come back, we'll be joined by senior lineman Zack Adams and Chris Uecker.
I lost my job and I needed help with different things like prescriptions and energy assistance and stuff. So I contacted United Way. They was the first ones that I could think of. And I went to the agencies that they gave me a list of and got the assistance that I needed from them. Because I received the help from United Way, then I'm volunteering my help out to the community, giving the help that they need.
Hey football fans, do you want to keep track of Churubusco High School football games? Log on to busconews.com every game day and watch up-to-the-minute pregame, halftime, and postgame interviews with head coach Lee Etzler. Stay connected with your computer or on your cell phone. busconews.com. When you can't make it to the game, it's the next best thing to being there. The Lee Etzler Show is brought to you by the United Way of Whitley County, busconews.com, and the Churubusco News.
Welcome back. We're here with senior Zack Adams and Chris Uecker. Fellas, you guys, again, another 3,000-yard rushing season by the Churubusco backs. Contribute because of you guys.
Yeah, we go out into every game. We work hard and play low and fast, and just open up the holes for our backs to run through.
Zack, your thoughts on the 3,000-yard rushing for Busco?
I think a lot of it has to do with the coaches and how we're coached. They don't let any errors slide by on the sleds. You have to be low and you have to be chopping your feet and drive to the whistle, so they don't let anything slide by them. So it's pretty much perfection all the way around.
Both you guys are two-year starters. Zack, you had a good season last year. You got hurt in the playoffs. Tell us how you worked back from that injury.
I had therapy, and then we hit the weight room after track season when I could start doing stuff. So I built my strength back up, and then I just had to get my conditioning in, and then pretty much it was just regular stuff doing that.
Chris, being a two-year starter there and being a senior, what's it like being the center? You're the quarterback of the line.
It's pretty cool being like the center and everything. There's a lot of responsibility, but I mean, the whole line, we all work together.
Also, with this being your guys' senior season, you guys have came up through the winning seasons here at Churubusco. Couple losses each season. This year, you guys go undefeated. What do you guys think about that?
It feels pretty good being the first undefeated team here at Busco. It's something that we can remember the rest of our lives, and something that goes down in history. And it's proud to be a part of it.
What's it like playing for Coach Etzler and having Coach Sade as your offensive line coach?
It's pretty cool. They work hard every weekend analyzing the film, and they are here at the school almost all weekend, and just so they can show us on Monday kind of what the teams do, give us a heads up, and prepare us for our games on Friday.
Zach, your thoughts on the coaching staff?
Yeah, like Chris said, they're here a lot, and they come in school early just so we can watch film, and then we have film Monday after school till, I don't know, about an hour, and then we go condition. Our coaching staff is probably one of the best because it's like a good atmosphere to be around. We're always joking around, but when it's time to be serious, they let us know, and we know when to be serious.
Zach and Chris, now that your careers are coming to close here at Busco, what are you looking forward to in the future as far as going to college? Or
my future consists of I'm looking to go into the Air Force, and then after that, college somewhere.
I'm kind of just hoping just to go to college, maybe at Purdue or something, and try and get a degree in engineering and just go from there, I guess.
I'd like to thank senior linemen Zack Adams and Chris Uecker for stopping by and talking to us today. They're a very important part of the Churubusco football program. We wish them well the rest of the postseason, and we'll be right back with Coach talking about the Madison Grant football game.
I'm Chris Seeker, and you're watching the Lee Etzler Show.
I'm Zack Adams, and you're watching the Lee Etzler Show.
I lost my job and I needed help with different things like prescriptions and energy assistance and stuff. So I contacted United Way. They was the first ones that I could think of. And I went to the agencies that they gave me a list of and got the assistance that I needed from them. Because I received the help from United Way, then I'm volunteering my help out to the community, giving the help that they need.
Hey football fans, do you want to keep track of Churubusco High School football games? Log on to busconews.com every game day and watch up-to-the-minute pregame, halftime, and postgame interviews with head coach Lee Etzler. Stay connected with your computer or on your cell phone. busconews.com. When you can't make it to the game, it's the next best thing to being there. The Lee Etzler Show is brought to you by the United Way of Whitley County, busconews.com, and the Churubusco News.
Welcome back. We're here with Coach talking about the upcoming game with Madison Grant. Coach, they got a couple powerful running backs there down at Madison Grant.
Very, very talented on the offensive side of the ball. You know, I think they're averaging 360 yards offense per game. You know, when you watch them on offense, you very quickly see where the threats are. They have a halfback who's as talented as any running back we've seen this year. Has I think just under 1,400 yards rushing, and is last week scored 6 touchdowns. Earlier in the year, set their school record for touchdowns in a game. Scored 7 touchdowns. You know, when our fans show up on Friday night, they're gonna recognize immediately the talent of that kid, and they get him the ball quite a bit. I think 152 carries on the year so far, so they get him the ball quite a bit. Another 1,000-yard rusher they have is their fullback. He's 6'1", 210 pounds. They run an option offense, and you know, the first read in an option offense is to give the ball to the fullback, where they like to do that quite a bit. And you know, he's a big, strong kid and runs hard, and you know, had a high game of 241 yards rushing a couple weeks ago. So those two are very, very talented. And then you put on top of that their quarterback, who You know, appears to be a very good leader, checks a lot of plays at the line of scrimmage. You know, he's 195 pounds and appears to run very well as well. And, you know, left-handed kid, they don't throw the ball a ton, but when they do, he doesn't throw too many bad passes. So it's kind of a three-headed monster on the offensive side of the ball. And you know, I've said before that, you know, sometimes when a team just has one kid that you're the real good athlete that you're focused on trying to stop, well, you know, it makes you feel comfortable at least where you're not worried about a whole lot of things. Well, these three kids can cut your heart out on the offensive side of the ball and have done it to a lot of teams they've played so far this year.
On the defensive side of the ball, what type of scheme do they run, and what's your plan of attack against them?
Well, they run an odd front defense similar to us. Probably don't line up as many different ways as what we do. They have talented kids. The fullback on offense, number one, is also starting inside backer and was a junior All-State kid last year. They have talent, or they have some kids that are pretty good size and strong up front. You know, spoke about the linebacker who was All-State last year, and also the quarterback and the good halfback or cornerback. So they have talent all over the place on the defensive side of the ball. Probably don't line up as many different ways as we do, but they definitely, you know, especially seeing how these kids perform on the offensive side of the ball, you know, the athletic talent that they have over there.
I'd like to thank Coach Etzler for stopping by and talking with us each week. We wish him well in the upcoming game against Madison Grant. And you can catch the show every Thursday night here on BuscoNews.com. I'm Don Hyatt. We'll see you later.
This has been the Lee Etzler Show, brought to you every Thursday night at 7:30 by BuscoNews.com.